Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In less than 1 month, on August 12th, there is a total solar eclipse here in Spain, and I'm going to try to shoot it. I have shot a couple of solar and lunar eclipses before, but never a total one. So this is going to be a first one for me. I had to figure out where to shoot it, how to shoot it, and what settings I need to use. So in this video, I'm going through what I'm planning to do, and hopefully this will help you as well. So first of all, the location. The solar eclipse will be visible basically in the center north of Spain, between Galicia and Valencia. Ideally, I want to get in the middle of the solar path, which will give me more time at totality. So basically, the closer to the path edges, the shorter the totality. And for example, in the middle, it's 1 minute and 30 seconds. And if you go at the edges, it is just 26 seconds. What I did is to choose a few locations on Google Maps that I think might be interesting. And the plan is to have multiple spots planned so that 3 days before the eclipse, I can check the weather and choose the clearest location to avoid clouds or any bad weather. So instead of booking an hotel, I rented a van, which gives me more flexibility for traveling, and that means I'm not locked into only one spot. To shoot the solar eclipse, I need to track the sun. And unfortunately, I don't have an astro tracker like the Skywatcher or the Move Shoot Move, but I do have the Black Forest Motion NT Mini, which is a pan and tilt head I use for time-lapse. I made a review of it a few years ago, and I also made a video showing how to use it as an astro tracker, which, spoiler alert, is pretty incredible. The best part is that in the app there is a sun tracker functionality, so I went out and tested to see how precise it is. And to set it up, I have to align the axis to the North Star, which is not visible during the day. So what I did was I downloaded an app called Polar Scope Align and roughly align it. Then I centered the sun at 400 millimeters and started tracking. I was very pleased to see that the tracking worked almost perfectly. There is a bit of shifting happening, I'm guessing because the alignment wasn't perfect, but it kept the sun in the middle of the frame, which is the most important thing I needed. The camera I'm using is the Sony a7R III with the Sigma 100-400. I did some tests at 400 millimeters, but I think I will go to 300 when shooting the eclipse because I want to be sure to get the whole solar corona. And that's the ring of light that appears around the sun during totality, which can get quite big sometimes. I'm also using a 10-stop filter. I think it's enough for this eclipse because it's going to be an hour before sunset and the sun shouldn't be too strong. I was thinking of not using the filter at all, but if I want to capture the sun well exposed with a sunspot, I think it's the definitely best choice. For the camera settings, well, I'm not sure yet. I know more or less the settings to get the sun well exposed before the eclipse, but I have no idea how it will look like during totality. So basically my plan is to connect the camera to the Monitor Plus app via Wi-Fi, and if I see that it's too dark, I will change the shutter speed or the ISO in the app. I'm avoiding touching the camera directly. That will be a disaster because at 100 millimeters, even a fly can shake the camera. I'm also shooting with the Sony a7C II with the 24-105 millimeters at a wide angle. I'm thinking 25 or 35 millimeters. That camera will capture the transition between the phases of the total eclipse and the shadow of the moon passing through, hopefully a beautiful foreground. I'm going to shoot in aperture priority because I want to focus on the other camera as I need to change settings during the eclipse. But the most important thing for me is to enjoy it. So if I see that everything's going south, I leave the camera and be present. I'm going to be with my wife and my 3-year-old daughter, and at the end of the day, this is once in the lifetime moment. I want to make sure my daughter remembers it, and camera or no camera. Let me know if you're planning to shoot the eclipse as well. I really hope that the weather is going to be on our side. And if you have any tips to shoot the solar eclipse, leave them in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.